Okay, so now I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to work out this spread here, right? Okay. Okay, we have the 5 cards, which is initially about the spread with Cancer. I'm trying to get just more information and clarity on maybe some of the people, the personalities that we're going to meet and deal with, or different challenges we might face over the next couple of weeks. So, I'll do it like that. Then also just show the bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck is the athlete. Okay, athlete is dedicated to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Wow. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. Look at that. That's some kind of confirmation. If you were just watching the Cancer introduction that I did about just what the month and what the Cancerian element may represent for all signs. That's the light attribute of this. The shadow attribute is the misuse of athletic abilities for selfish ends, a false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. So this may be something that we challenge, we come up against, whether it's in ourselves or in others. That was the bottom of this deck. The bottom of this one, the administrator. Okay, looks like the magician. It says, I walk with a foot in both earthly and spiritual worlds. Wow, that's another confirmation because I just read previously that Cancer, the element, when I read it in this particular book here, okay, it says that Cancer, let me go back to it so I can read it right quick, that Cancer nourishes. Okay, Cáncer nutre y necesita nutrición. Y esta palabra es clave para sobrevivir físico y moralmente. That Cancer nourishes and needs nutrition. And this is key. Nourishing nutrition is key to their survival physically and morally or ethically. Okay, so both earthly and spiritual. That right now, look at that. It's already being confirmed. That's where we need to work from. Okay, we need to look at ourselves physically and spiritually and really check that in during this month. Okay, put that back down there at the bottom. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, we got the beggar. Okay. We got the virgin, so the beggar. The beggar says light attribute is to confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. So it's talking about physical again. Physical survival awakens spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Just went over some of that in the other reading. So, and you saw me shuffle these and split the deck and all that. So it's amazing how the Holy Spirit is really on point with this. Shadow attribute is the dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. And remember how I read in the other reading about in the I-CHING, okay, what was important. And they did cover, I think, an issue on about self-reliance, about having too much of one thing, okay, and not enough of the other. It says he stops interfering and the people become independent. When each rules himself, the state is well governed. Okay? This is rule without prohibiting and the people will find the way out of poverty. So poverty, beggar, look at this. Okay? Going right back to this, which this was the Tao Te Ching. This was the verse of the day for the Tao Te Ching online. You can go to I-CHING, I think, I-CHING online, or I-CHING online. I'm not sure how you say it. So, but that's what it is. Okay? The next card, the Virgin. The Virgin. With the Virgin, it says maintaining symbolic purity of your heart and your spirit. Again, we're dealing with the spirit thing and our heart and our mind. So there must be something coming that's going to happen or that is happening during the Cancerian season that will really be riveting. And we have to keep our heart and our spirit, our mind, our attitude, our physical well-being intact. Next, it says the shadow attribute, however, of this is fear of intimate union. Fear of being close to others. Maybe something happens and it really erodes at our trust. And so then we are being challenged to still trust again, to love again. You know, I brought up the patriarch Joseph, and he had to do the same things. Okay? So, and it's interesting, as I'm putting them, this sun is right underneath here. So maybe this is the type of person that we're dealing with. And they will be like, you know, well, it's about me. That would be kind of representative too of how, like with Arjuna, he wanted to be the star. I brought this up in the other reading, so you just have to check the other reading. You know, he wants to be the star. And Eklavya, you know, Eklavya was poor, but Eklavya was just as good of an archer as Arjuna was. So I brought this up about the Gita and about the fourth part of the Gita, since the Cancer is the 4. So we talked a lot about 4s. So you just have to watch the other reading, I guess, if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. The next is with this card. Look at with the Virgin, okay, and it appears right up under this one, which is Pluto. Another 4, because I pulled out all the cards that were related to 4 in my one of my decks. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So this may be, like I said, different personalities that you, dear Cancer, are going to meet. That you may meet 4 special personalities, and one of them may have this either light or shadow attribute. They may fear, look at that would definitely match up with that person who fears intimate union. So they're cold, they're frosty, you know, and that may be the light attribute, our challenge. And during that time, all of us, when we meet people that are like this, that don't want to be close or intimate, is to maintain a symbolic purity and of our heart and our spirit, that we don't let it bog us down, get us down, right? Okay, it's like the confirmation is already in the cards. I'm not sure if I even really need this card, right? I pulled it but I don't know. Next is the Advocate. This appears over the Moon, which is a 4. I put all the cards that either add up to 4 or have 4 in it. 1, 4. The Moon. Advocate. Maybe someone of this nature will come along like this, or maybe this will be us. Using our emotions to advocate. Bring enlightenment rather than a black hole that sucks up everything and drains out everybody. Or someone may be creating this type of space for us, vice versa. Either enlightenment or this kind of draining thing. And we may have to advocate. Personal boundaries. Light attribute of the advocate is inspires you to put compassion into action. So not just feeling, but it's active. The shadow side of that, if we are doing that or we are experiencing that, we can meet that by, if we're meeting someone who is embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain, that when we meet someone like this, we can possibly be challenged to bring the light to them and inspire them, inspire ourselves, keep our own inspiration to put compassion into action for the right reason and maybe inspire them. Okay? The next one is water, because it has a 4 in it. 2 and 4. Wow. God. Wow. Okay. Light attributes of God is benevolence and compassion. Keep hearing that word. Compassion. You know, heart and spirit, purity. Compassion, purity, compassion. Maybe we need to even have some compassion on some cancers. Don't know. Says benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. That if cancer is about nourishing and nutrition, and that's key to the survival, okay, and ethics, it's not just us taking care of our own ethics, but that of others, which I did share previously when I did all the 4s about cancer in my other video. The shadow side of that is despotism and cruelty. And wow, did we talk about that too? Using power to control people. You will just have to watch the video. Wow. Okay. So when we are dealing with these people, these different personalities that are also challenging these same attributes that are present in ourselves, that can either turn good or bad. We can be like God. We can be an advocate. We can be virgin and innocent and purity. We can be the beggar. We can be these. We can advocate for them. We can empower them. How do we do this? Ooh, this is familiar. As a mystic, we have to have a little mystery with us when we do it. The mystic. Okay, this card was representative also in the divine feminine, divine masculine. This card came up first too. Wow. Ketu. Which Ketu, K-E-T, makes me think of Kether, the crown for the Kabbalah, the sphere, which is like the will of God. Like when we say, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Okay, so the kingdom is here, right? It's down here. But the will is up there. That ultimately everything we're experiencing, the will has already been done. We just have to live it out down here. Okay? That we're not really as controlled or constrained as we like to, as sometimes we may act. Okay? So the mystic, not letting everything out the bag, the mystic. I am spiritually wealthy. That's what the mystic says. It says spiritual. The words for spiritual, sensitive, unconventional, and you have to be when you're dealing with someone of this nature or someone who's like this, got everything or whatever, got a lot of whatever that we don't have, and yet they're acting like this because of a gift that we do have. It's kind of like how that was kind of like the struggle of Joseph too. Because here, all of his other brothers, they were first and born in line way before him. But his gift and his dreams, it sent them into this mode right here. Same thing with Arjuna and Eklavya. But Eklavya didn't choose to put on this type of attitude in anything. So, and I shared that, like I said, the other video. So the mystic, transcendent, intuitive, introverted. So you might have to go within a little bit. Scale back, and I remember saying that too. Scale back, cut back, go within. That's in some of the readings that I had this past week for a lot of the signs. And this is what this is. This is a collective for all of us, not just the cancers, but during this particular season, the type of things that might be in the air and how we can navigate them. Okay. All right. Looks great. So, okay. So with these particular types, that's maybe what we're going to go ahead and meet. And then this is how we would deal with that. The mystic. Okay? The mystic. We would have to be mystic. Not let everything on. Have enough confidence about who we are and what we're called to do and be. And just because someone wants to call everything into question and try to solve everything with reason, this bird is spiritual. Birds represent the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit of God, that our spirit is holy and certain things are sacred. And that we have to have the innocence of this child. Christ said that unless you become as a child, you cannot even see the kingdom. The kingdom that's coming. The kingdom that, the kingdom that comes. That it comes. That we can experience it right here. We can experience and taste it. By living the will, the kingdom comes. The will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. And that's what doors represent. Being able to travel between both worlds. Okay? Being able to travel. He looks so sad down there. Like he can't do anything. But yet, the very act that he does, it is most spiritual. It is for the greater good. The role of the cancer, the role of the crab, it is for the greater good. Even though he may feel very, very low. And there may be something that could bring us potentially very, very low. And that being that low is not bad. It's actually good for us. Okay? Sorry. All right. That's good. I like that. It's very encouraging. All right. You take care. God bless. Bye.